Welcome again, wrestling fans, to another great hour of worldwide wrestling. We got a great hour of action-packed wrestling in store for you. I'm Johnny Weaver. With me today is a guest host, Don KERNODLE, former world tag team champion on 2 occasions. And in the ring, KABUKI against Tim Horner. Tim Horner, a great athlete. At one time, the junior heavyweight champion of the world. Tim has gained a lot of weight, moved up in the rankings. Fine moves by Horner. And he has become one of the great heavyweights around today. He certainly should give KABUKI his hands full in this match, Don.
That's exactly right. Horner is a great athlete. Who else is better to analyze a match of these 2 great athletes, Tim Horner and the great KABUKI, than the pride of the Carolinas, a world champion, twice world champion. As you said, Horner is a great heavyweight wrestler. He's got a lot of desire. He's got a lot of speed. But I think KABUKI has got more experience, and he's a greater wrestler. And I think in the end, he'll come out victorious.
Well, they're out in the corner. Do you see the manager of the great KABUKI, also of my guest today, Don KERNODLE? And he always spells trouble. That second or third man on the outside, you always have to watch him. A fine tackle by Tim Horner, and he takes KABUKI down with a fast arm drag. These are 2 world-class wrestlers in there, meeting each other head-on right here on Worldwide Championship Wrestling. The great KABUKI, the mysterious man from the Orient. And both of these wrestlers will have their hands full before this match is over. Of course, Hart on the outside managed the great KABUKI, along with Don KERNODLE, and Bob Orton has quite a stable of wrestlers. He's always that big important factor on the outside of the match, and even sometimes in the match. And Don, as a manager out there, Gary Hart, I'm sure he gives you guys a lot of confidence out there.
That's right, Mr. Weaver. Gary Hart's the greatest manager in the wrestling business today, and he is the reason that KABUKI, Orton, KERNODLE, KOLOFF is just a little bit better than everyone else. Now, I don't want to be unbiased in this match because I want to give Tim Horner his dues. He is a great wrestler, but on top of KABUKI's great wrestling ability, he's got karate, jiu-jitsu, and judo, and believe me, the great KABUKI is a great all-around athlete and wrestler.
Well, he certainly is a mysterious man with a lot of different moves in the ring. You just saw him with that Solbot kick and caught Tim Horner, and just see the sin of oohs and ahs through our jam-packed auditorium here. Tim Horner now, for the first time in the match, on the offensive, but we'll see what this man is made out of. The KABUKI, a lot of different moves and weird holes. Look at those hands as he claws away at the nerve holes in the neck of Don KERNODLE. I know of Tim Horner. And Don, I know being in the same stable with KABUKI, you can understand about the nerve holes and a different type of wrestling that KABUKI has brought to this country.
That's exactly right. KABUKI is the master of the nerve hole. But like I said before, he is so unpredictable. And that's one thing about a great professional wrestler, unpredictability. Because at any given moment, he could be down, and with a swift kick to the neck, he could win this match 1, 2, 3, just like that.
All right, the tempo picks up now. Off the ropes, and a hard tackle by KABUKI himself. Horner goes down. Look at our fans there. Our hint 10 on the outside. Kaboom! And that Solbot kick really caught him right on the button, and that dropped Tim Horner. Fine move by Horner. Oh, and he gets caught with another kick. Don Evans. KABUKI is really on the target tonight.
That's exactly right, Johnny. That unpredictability that I was talking about, he just showed it right there, and there's the 1, 2, 3.
KABUKI comes out with a victory right here. Gary Hart quickly in the ring as he controls KABUKI. We'll see it again once more in slow motion, and look at that kick that caught Tim Horner right on the button. The winner of the match, the great KABUKI, and we'll be right back right after this. As we zoom in on one of those assassins, and he's up against Vinnie Valentino outside of the ring, of course. Number 1, Paul Jones, the manager of the Assassin. And Vinnie Valentino, a man who shed his wrestling boots and has found more agility and more ability. And there's a fine move as he eludes that corner and cuts the Assassin with a back drop. Tremendous kick, and out of the ring goes the Assassin. And there you see a rejuvenated Vinnie Valentino. And Don, he's come a long way since he shed those boots and picked up that little bit of extra speed.
That's exactly right, John. You know, to be a great professional wrestler, not only do you have to exercise your body, but you have to exercise your mind. Vinnie's got a great opportunity here in wrestling the Assassin because he's a tag team wrestler, but right here he's in a single match. He's got a good chance of maybe defeating the Assassin, but I think Paul Jones is getting on his case here, and he's getting his thought away from the Assassin and onto Jones, and that could be the end for him right there.
Well, Don, that's proved many times that that has been a downfall in a match. I think it's better that the wrestler goes after the Assassin to defeat him instead of trying to bother with crossbody right. And we could have a winner right here. Is it Vinnie Valentino almost pulled out a victory, and his quickness almost upset the Assassin right there, Don.
That's exactly right. Like I said, to be a great wrestler, you got to think at all times. You got to know where you are in that ring. And Vinnie's got to keep his mind on this Assassin because, believe me, this Assassin is a killer, and he'll do anything to win. And he is a great wrestler. He can do any wrestling move in the world. And Vinnie better concentrate on him one-on-one and just forget about Paul Jones right now because, as I said, it could prove fatal for him.
And the tempo picks up once again in our match. Valentino stops in the middle of the ring. Caught the Assassin one more time, and our fans really enjoyed the action and the fight that Vinnie Valentino is taking to the Assassin. Beautiful executed head scissors, and almost another victory right there for Vinnie Valentino, the Assassin. Back in the corner, and Paul Jones going to walk down there and say a little word to him, Don.
Being the great champion I am, I know everybody knows I'm a great champion. Here, Vinnie's making a mistake. You cannot let anybody rest. You got to stay on him all the time, 100%. You got to stay on your man.
He's got our crowd upset from the outside. Jones sometimes been known are accused of passing something into the ring to the Assassins. We say accused because he's never been really caught at it by an official NWA referee. Here's the Assassin now.
The bottom line in professional wrestling, Weaver, you know it as well as I do. You can't make mistakes. And Vinnie's making some terrible mistakes here, but he's got a chance to come back here.
Well, there was a mistake made by the Assassin, but when action is fast and furious as it is on Worldwide Wrestling, the Major League of Professional Wrestling, you are forced into mistakes, and Jones very concerned.
Jones is very cool and calm at the same time because he's got faith in his man. He knows what a great wrestler he is. Like I said, he's got a lot more experience than Vinnie, and Vinnie better watch because anything can happen. Unpredictability once again.
Oh, full body slam on the Assassin. That man weighs about 270 pounds. Vinnie has really been ahead of this match, but he cannot get overconfident because the Assassin's got a long track record of victories. Held onto that mask for many years, and you can't do that without a lot of ability. Vinnie Valentino really taking the fight to him. The fans are really loving it. There they have many signs around the arena because Paul Jones, as you know, and now they're at the ringside. The Assassin and Jones down in the corner. Something could have happened right there. It was said Jones has been accused of passing something into the Assassin. Now he's got the Paul Jones. Back in the ring comes Valentino and keeps the attack on the move.
You need to stay on your man all the time.
A headbutt there by the Assassin, and we're going to have a winner as Vinnie Valentino went out like a light after being hit with that mask, and it's possible that the Assassin had something in that mask. Vinnie took a real fight to him, but he went out with just one blow for that mask. It could be possible that something was passed into the mask. Now the winner is the Assassin, and him and Paul Jones leave.
Right here, Vinnie's a little overconfident. That's a great move, a great headbutt by the Assassin. He was overconfident, and there he got his shoulders pinned. 1, 2, 3.
We'll be right back with more right after these commercial messages about the worldwide wrestling events coming to your area. Natural Bridge, Virginia at the high school gym. There's a big card Tuesday, April the 3rd at 8:15, and you'll want to be on hand. Roanoke Civic Center tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock. It's Boogeyman Jam 84. You will see Ernie Ladd, the Great Kabuki, Ivan Koloff, Gary Hart, the Assassins, Rufus R. Freight Train Jones, Angelo Mosca Jr. and Senior, the Junkyard Jog, Jimmy, the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant, and many other top stars. It's Boogeyman Jam 84 coming to the Roanoke Civic Center. Lynchburg Armory, Friday, March the 30th at 8:15. You'll see Tully Blanchard take on Jay Youngblood. TV title, it's Mark Youngblood defending against Don Kernodle. And then Ernie Ladd, the big cat, against Rufus R. Freight Train Jones. Let's bring in Tully Blanchard, Jay Youngblood in Lynchburg.
You know, Lynchburg, Virginia is one of the nicest towns in America. The mountains, very scenic and everything. And the last time I was there, all these little bitty girls, nice, cute little things that run around, oh, Jay Youngblood this and Jay Youngblood that. He's going to beat you up. He's going to pin you. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. Well, I tell you what, Jay Youngblood, you got to show up before you can do all the things that those little fans of yours say you're going to do. Well, you might be tough, and you might be former this and former that and former everything else. But I tell you what, I am today. And in Lynchburg, Virginia, I'm going to show you just exactly how the Cowboys did beat the Indians.
You will see Mark Youngblood defend the TV title against Don Kernodle.
Let me tell you something. If those good people in Lynchburg, Virginia can call me the Pride of the Carolinas, you can too. And if you want to keep your job, you better learn how to say it. Now, let me tell you something about Mark Youngblood, the thief that he is. He stole something from me, true, the World Tag Team Championships. I can't get him to put it on the line. But he did put the TV championship on the line. All you people in Lynchburg know when the Pride of the Carolinas goes after something, he usually brings it back. And Youngblood, I'm going to show you why the Kernodles are just a little bit better than those pale-faced Youngbloods.
Let's bring in Big Cat Ernie Ladd, Rufus R. Freight Train Jones.
You mean Captain Nappy Head? Let me stand here and tell you people out in TV land, draw yourself up closer to your television and dig that earwax out of your ears because I have a message to pass on to you. Rufus R. Jones, you're an Uncle Tom from day one. And I have the people out in TV land to know that I know your kind of people and my kind of people, which are the same, that can't stand one another. A classic illustration right now. You people get out and witness an event that you will never forget when two of his kind and my kind hurt the other.
In the ring, we're ready for tag team action to see Don Kernodle and the Russian Bear, Ivan Koloff. They're accompanied by their manager, Gary Hart. And Koloff already has our huge crowd upset with his antics in the ring. Of course, out on the outside, there's Brickhouse Brown. Gene Ligon will start for their team. And with the World Tag Team belts being around the waist now of Wahoo McDaniels and Mark Youngblood, I'm sure Gary Hart is trying to put together a combination out of his stable that will threaten the World Tag Team Champions. And here he has Ivan Koloff and Don Kernodle together. Koloff, a very rough, tough individual, and a fine move by Gene Ligon upset the plans of Ivan Koloff. On the outside of the ring is Don Kernodle, and they'll make a potent team against Brickhouse Brown and Gene Ligon. Limbo picks up another fine move by Ligon. Oh, just a one count, and Koloff gets out of the ring, and there's Gary Hart, the manager of Kernodle and Koloff, along with Bob Orton, Big Cat Ernie Ladd, and the great Kabuki. He surrounded himself with a lot of protection. Oh, there's the first mistake of the match as Kernodle, a little too quick for Gene Ligon, and turns the tide of battle. And just little mistakes like that in Worldwide Wrestling can change the whole tide of the match. Power slam by Don Kernodle, great amateur at Elon College, and now a great professional wrestler already, 2 times World Tag Team Champion. And here's Brickhouse Brown, and here is a man in that ring that has really matured and come a long way in the last 3 or 4 months, and he will take the fight to him. He staggers Kernodle with that elbow. Kernodle's knees buckled on that one. Brickhouse Brown really making a name for himself in the ranks of professional wrestling. A fine-looking specimen of an athlete. And look how he hoists up Don Kernodle in that power slam, goes in for a lateral press. Fine NWA official Tommy Young right on the action. He got a 2 count on Kernodle. And now here's Ligon in and rammed into the knee of the Russian Bear, Ivan Koloff. Former Mid-Atlantic champion, just lost that belt to Angelo Mosca Jr., and he is hot after Angelo Mosca Jr. Little double teaming now by the team of Koloff and Kernoodle as they turn it on. That elbow really caught Ligon coming full off the ropes, and I think Gary Hart at this time would be a well-pleased man. The crowd trying to urge on Gene Ligon right now, but Kernoodle and Koloff, they know they got him in a bad way. And they're trying to put the finishing touches. Oh, Koloff missed an elbow. Crossbody by Ligon. Just a one. You won't beat Ivan Koloff that easy. The Russian Bear, a big, rugged individual. Here's Brickhouse Brown now, back in that ring. Brick and there you see our young fans enjoying wrestling, and Brickhouse has been improving every time out. Each man stalking each other right now, trying to figure out, and then you can just see those cogwheels rolling around, which man can come out with the right maneuver that will change the tide of battle. And right now the upper hand goes to Koloff. And when he has the upper hand, he is at his most dangerous. There's Hart, watching from the outside by the ring post, intent, and I'm sure very pleased right now. As Kernoodle, oh, could be a mistake by Kernoodle. He let him get away from that corner, but he attacks Gene Ligon coming through the ropes. Oh, and they slug him out, exchange blows. Drop tip back, Ligon, look at our fans, they enjoy that. Ligon taking the fight to Kernoodle, high in the air with a backdrop. He went about 6 feet in the air. But Kernoodle able to get to that tag, and that's what means so much in tag team wrestling. That fresh man changes the tide of battle. Brickhouse Brown now through the ropes, but runs right into Ivan Koloff to the mat. The Brickhouse using all of his offensive weapons in his arsenal. Koloff now the recipient of a headbutt, several punches. Brickhouse Brown. Our crowd enjoying the onslaught by Brickhouse Brown right now. Koloff changes that maneuver with a knee to the midsection. Gene Ligon coming in. Tempo still at a tremendous pace. Koloff has stopped Ligon, and here's a fresh man now, the Pirate of the Carolinas, as he calls himself, Don Kernoddle. Oh, vicious clothesline, and that sent oohs and ahs throughout this studio, and that's going to be it for Gene Ligon, Don Kernoddle. And Ivan Koloff, the winner. Tremendous move by Kernoodle at the end. Here we'll see it one more time. And Kernoodle just about took the head off of Gene Ligon. The winners, Don Kernoodle and Ivan Koloff. The famous beard cutting incident. Paul, has the road really been that rocky as people say with Jimmy Valiant and you guys?
Well, Weaver, before I get into that, the people want to know what I have to say and what the assassins have to say, so let me just put it brief to you. You just hold that microphone, Weaver. Now, Valiant. One thing about you, Valiant, you keep popping up. You've done something to hurt me deep down inside. But every time you see #1 Paul Jones and the Assassins, you knock us down, we get right back up. Because we're...
Excuse me for interrupting, Paul, but let me sum this whole thing up in a nutshell. You know, Valiant, if you are man enough, which you're not, you could defeat either one of us 100 times. But you don't have the intestinal fortitude, the killer instinct to finish us off. The way we feel about you, pinning our shoulders to the mat really means nothing. Because what we're after you to put you completely out of professional wrestling. And on that 101st time, because we are what we are, we would finish the job on you, Mr. Valiant. So that's all you've got to look forward to for the rest of your wrestling career, which, as far as we're concerned, is going to be very short-lived.
You lost your beard. Your hair is next. All right, you heard it from the assassin, Paul Jones. We have another great star here, Dickie Slater, who is the U.S.
introduction, and I better not see you try to jump me either. Some people like that will do that. I know there's a few sneaky people around here. Right here, I am the man. And everybody in this country and all around the world is challenging Dick Slater. The reason why is because I hold the United States Heavyweight Championship title and I hold the World's Heavyweight Championship. And you know, Ric Flair, Greg Valentine, Joe LeDuc, the list goes on. Pound for pound, I stand here, I am the meanest man in a pair of wrestling boots. And another thing right now, Junkyard Dog is running around this country screaming obscenities about me. You realize when Junkyard Dog and myself climb into that ring, there's going to be people come out of the gutters. There's going to be people come out of little shacks. There's going to be people come out of little tiny buildings, out of the mountains. There's going to be all kinds of people there to see you try to put my back on that mat. 1, 2, 3. Well, I'm not used to slipping on banana peels. As a matter of fact, Dog, if by any luck you ever be able to put my back on the mat, I will find time to come up behind you somewhere, and if I have to take a 2x4, I will run it right down your throat. That's how serious I am.
Hands are on their feet in our arena. His partner tonight is the Junkyard Dog, and there you see the dog going to work on Gary Royal. The Junkyard Dog, home right here in the Carolinas, Wadesboro, and they are on the attack. The Junkyard Dog, the Boogie Woogie Man. They are jamming it up. Boogie Woogie Jam 84, they are jamming it together. And our crowd is going wild as a Junkyard Dog now hard elbow to Gary Royal, and they have had the upper hand all through this match. Oh, tremendous clothesline by the dog, and he lets out that dog whoop. Into the ring now, the Boogie Woogie, all 4 men in the ring. On the back of the dog's tights, you might see thump, and that is what he really puts them out with. It looks like a flying body press. He calls it the thump. And when the thump comes, it's 1, 2, 3. Great placard. One of our great wrestling fans, the Junkyard Dog, the Boogie Woogie Man, they do it, and they do it their way. And here comes the thump. It looks like it. It is the thump, lateral press, and the winner to the match. And it didn't take him long. The Boogie Woogie Man and the Junkyard Dog. Here you see it again. Gary Royal into the ropes, up in the air, and the Junkyard Dog with his now famous thump. And there's the thump. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this. We had a tournament for the NWA TV title, which lasted over several months, and these are the final 2 wrestlers. Mark Youngblood with Slater. Slater suplexing him into the ring. You see the referee go down. Both men's shoulders are down. On the backside, Mark gets his shoulder up just before the count of 3. Slater was counted out, and the winner of that match was Mark Youngblood to become the new television champion. Mark Youngblood, a fine maneuver. And now, we will not let rest on his laurels as with Brother Jay, they are in a great match. It's already taking place. The action hot and heavy already. The Briscoe brothers against the Youngblood brothers. And here is Mark on the attack. Gerald receiving those chops. Our fans standing in the aisle. There's no love lost between these 2 teams. Mark is lacerated on the head. Of course, he's on the warpath right now. 1 match. Jay suffered a broken foot at the hand of the Briscoe brothers, and this was revenge for Youngblood and Youngblood. Briscoe's a great team. Here is a little mistake as the atomic drop. The Briscoes were able to make a tag. You see Jack high in the air, clear across the ring and into the back of Mark Youngblood. Saved Brother Gerald right there. And the upper hand goes to the Briscoes, but he thrown him over the top rope. The referee right in there now calls a disqualification. Sonny Fargo calling a disqualification to Briscoe. Will not stop. Hard tackle to Jay. And he is laid out on the mat. Out of the ring is Jack. He's waving to Gerald to come outside. Where they find Mark Youngblood on the concrete. Look at this maneuver. Ooh, they drop his midsection right across that iron rail. The Briscoe brothers, very vicious in their wrestling action now. Figure 4 put on outside of the ring by Jack. Here's Gerald. And he comes down across that leg while it's in the figure 4 leg lock. And we know they've hurt 2 or 3 wrestlers with that maneuver. The Briscoe brothers just uncontrollable right here. Jay now saves Mark from being jumped on once more, and Jack Briscoe gets up with that grin on that he has done something. It could be that Mark's knee could be injured. The winners of the match are the Youngblood. On a disqualification over the Briscoes. There you see the Briscoe brothers gloating in the ring that they heard another wrestler on the outside of the ring. Mark Youngblood, Jay up outside. They're the winners. Their hands raised in victory. And Jay now back into the ring. But the Briscoes are exiting the arena. The winners are the Youngbloods as Jay goes back to see and check with Mark. That knee was dropped on by all of Gerald's weight while it was locked in figure 4. And back to the ring, as we said, a great new talent, Brian ADIAS. He'll go up against Ali Bay. Brian from Texas, wrestler, attended the University of Texas at Arlington, Texas, where he excelled in track and wrestling. 4-year champion in the shot put, and he is a great-looking athlete. We hope and a lot of hope promise for Brian ADIAS as he delivers a great drop kick to Ali Bay. Good-looking specimen of a man. Ladies, he's single. He's in there with a veteran, and he'll really test him. And Ali Bay, he's been around, and he'll put any wrestler to the test. Hard elbow as Timbo picks up, and ADIAS on his back. Fine hip lock by the Texas wrestler. We talked with Brian earlier. He knows that the competition worldwide is the very best in the NWA, the Major League of Professional Wrestling. He's looking at some of the titles, the title holders, and also some of the wrestlers they'll have to be up against, such as Paul Jones with the Assassins in their mask, Gary Hart and his crew, the 320-pound Ernie Ladd, Bob Orton Jr., Don Kernodle, Brian ADIAS, a good-looking athlete, but he's caught in a reverse chinlock right now by Ali Bay. We certainly enjoy watching the Junkyard Dog and a Boogie Woogie Man in action, as Brian ADIAS right now is thrilling some of our fans. The young ladies are really taking a liking to Brian ADIAS. Ali Bay has been upset with the aerial maneuvers of Brian ADIAS. Very agile, very quick individual, and here with a flying elbow that catches Ali Bay coming off the ropes. A good knee drop, and I'm impressed with Brian ADIAS. I like a man that really gets that tempo of that match going, forcing the action. They're able to find the other wrestler to make more mistakes when he's on the defensive. Ali Bay, though a real veteran, now counters, has a lateral press on Brian Adias. You know, the young man shows a lot of spunk there and kicked out of that hole. Could be a man to be reckoned with by the team of the Assassins. Or Dick Slater, the champion, and quite a saying about Slater had on the interview as he was looking at the Junkyard Dog, and I think the Junkyard Dog will wake up everybody's eyes. Man from Texas with a backdrop, and the youngsters are enjoying this match. That lateral press only got a 2 for Brian Adias, as he's going to find these men are tougher and tougher in the worldwide area. Flying head scissors, nicely executed by the man from Texas. Drop kick right on the button, but he missed that one. And that could change the tide of battle. Fell on that knee. Let's see if Ali Bay takes advantage of that. I'm sure a man of team of a Paul Jones or Gary Hart would really be screaming about taking advantage of that. Here is Ali Bay getting crossed up with their into the ropes is a fine counter of an abdominal stretch by Adias. He goes in for a small package. This could have him tied up, and it does. And the winner of the match, Brian Adias. There you see his hand raised in victory. We'll see it again in slow motion as he steps right in, hooks the leg, and the victory goes to Texas wrestler Brian Adias.
We'll be right back with more right after these commercial messages about the worldwide wrestling events coming to your area. In Natural Bridge, Virginia, at the high school gym, there's a supercard. Tuesday, April the 3rd at 8:15, and fans, you'll want to be on hand. Now let's talk about Boogeyman Jam 84. It's tomorrow afternoon, 3 o'clock in the Roanoke Civic Center. Ernie Ladd, the Great Kabuki, Ivan Koloff, Gary Hart, one of the Assassins, Rufus R. Freight Train Jones, Angelo Mosca Jr. and Sr., the Junkyard Dog, and Jimmy, the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant. All will be there. You'll want to be there also tomorrow afternoon. A supercard arrives at the Lynchburg Armory Friday, March the 30th at 8:15. You will see Tully Blanchard take on Jay Youngblood. For the TV title, Mark Youngblood defends against Don Kernodle. And then it's Big Cat Ernie Ladd against Rufus R. Freight Train Jones. Friday, March the 30th, 8:15 in the Lynchburg Armory. Let's bring in one half of the world's tag team champions and now the TV champion, Mark Youngblood, defending against Don Kernodle.
Don Kernodle, you said I took something from you. You said I stole your belt. You said I won't defend the belt. But let me tell you something, Don Kernodle. You know it's a world tag team belt. I can't defend it on my own. But I'll tell you what, I'll just put this world belt down and I'll put something up that I can defend. The single NWA TV championship. You said I took it away from you. Will you take this away from me, Don Kernodle? It's no world tag belt anymore. This is the TV belt. I'm putting it on the line, bro. That's exactly right. And if you think you're going to take it away from me, you got another thing coming, Don Kernodle. Times have gone by, but now it's time for us to clash once and for all. Don Kernodle, you're a heck of a wrestler. You've won belts, you've defended them. But I tell you what, this is one belt you're never going to get. Try your hardest, Don Kernodle, because you're going to need it, brother.
Okay, that's the TV champion, Mark Youngblood. Here's Rufus R. Freight Train Jones. You have the Big Cat Ernie Ladd in Lynchburg.
The people have saw Ernie Ladd came from the top rope. He tried his best to get me out of wrestling. The last guy can say that he gonna beat all the black off of me. But let me tell you something, lad. In Lynchburg, I got a lot of follow. And when they start hollering and screaming, Rufus Jones will keep on knocking you and pounding you like I want to. Cause Lynchburg is the place, brother. I'm sick and tired of hearing the name of Ernie Ladd. I can't put a stop to it. And right here in Lynchburg may be the place. Ernie Ladd, 350 pounds. Rufus Jones gonna face you head on, brother.
Associated with Tully Blanchard, and I must say one of the most quickest, talented wrestlers that I have seen in a long, long time. A little devious, a little sneaky, sometimes almost cowardly, but when you turn your back, he'll strike like a snake. And then just right there it is as he dove in there. He saw just the head turn of Tully Blanchard, of Bret Hart, and Tully Blanchard was in on that knee with a single leg takedown, and he has the upper hand in the match. You've always got to watch the actions of Tully Blanchard. Great talented individual. As he countered the move of Bret Hart, it comes up with a fine double toe hold. There you see Jones in the corner. He is really smiling at the wrestling ability of a talented Tully Blanchard. And he's got Bret Hart a little upset. A very wise maneuver again. Many people holler at Tully Blanchard for jumping out of the ring. He's going to confer with Paul Jones to see if Jones saw any opening, saw anything he should or shouldn't be doing. And he made Bret Hart get a little hot under the collar, and he's going to slow him back down. That real intelligent individual you've got on your hands when you have to wrestle Tully Blanchard. He's not an overpowering type of wrestler, but certainly a talented one, certainly a devious one. He will bend the rules to get the advantage of the match, but he's quick as a cat. Quite smart in the ring and very versed in wrestling. You won't get many clean breaks from Tully Blanchard as we just did there. Referee Tommy Young, there's a headlock, taken over by Tully Blanchard, and he really takes the action at you all the time. With Paul Jones in his corner, you've got to wonder about future stardom for Tully Blanchard. Belt holders, you better look out. I'm sure he's going to be on the trail of one of the many belts around the area. They rolled into the ropes, and quickly before Bret Hart could score any advantage, Tully was outside. Our crowd a little irritated. There you see some of the younger ones a little irritated with some of the tactics of Tully Blanchard, but you've got to hand it to him. Really talented individual. There you see another opening. Drives the knee into the stomach and has the upper hand. Tommy Young will not let that go. And our fans left. Again, Tully quickly away from trouble, and he wants to cool off his heated up opponent, Bret Hart. Our fans love it. Every exit that he makes out of the ring, as we said earlier, sometimes looks a little cowardly, sometimes it's his plan of battle. There's Blanchard back in that corner. He wants to study the offense of Bret Hart, and he'll usually figure it out. They struggle around in the corner now with a quick punch. That changes again the upper hand for Tully Blanchard, and now he's going to work. He's opening up that attack. Tired of wrestling, he showed that he has wrestling ability, and now he is going to open it up. Vicious elbow attack. Right in with a reverse chinlock. Looks at that corner, shakes his head. Yes, I've got everything in control. Now, I'm sure Paul Jones is pleased, as Tully Blanchard's face looks like he is just as well pleased. And with belt holders, you better keep the name of Tully Blanchard when you want to sign some contract. And now our crowd really gets behind. They start taking the cut off blood. But Blanchard with a fine maneuver. Quiet set. Crowd advantage for Bret Hart right down. And he's going to deposit him out on a concrete floor. Paul Jones on the outside walks toward the fallen Bret Hart. So far in this match, Tully's been about one step ahead of his opponent. He's going to throw him back in the ring, getting the damage done on that concrete floor. But runs in that card right. Here's Bret Hart now. He's opening up his attack. Our fans out there, they love it. They love to see Tully get his knocks, but you can't sell him short. He is thinking all the time. Elbow off the second turnbuckle. Knee drop right across the head. Bret Hart, I don't know how much more he can take as Tully has opened up. Upset with the referee now. He wanted to put Bret Hart away with that one. Bret still got fight in him. He's got a lot of fire left. Beautiful action. A hard elbow right in the midsection. Our fans are going crazy at ringside. They love it. Bret kicking away. Again, you got to keep your eye on him at all times. Tully just grabbed a handful of tights, sent Bret into that turnbuckle, or face full of turnbuckle. And with the upper hand again, Tully Blanchard slaps at his opponent. Whoa! Our crowd anticipates Bret Hart's move now. There you see, Tully exited that ring again to cool him off a little bit. Turned his back again, and like a cap, gosh, he's quick. Tully Blanchard, ever so quick. Drove that elbow into the back of Bret's head. You just can't even look away for a second, and especially you can't look at Paul Jones, who you've got to wonder about all the time. There is Jones, and that can change the tide of battle many times. Bret just looked away for a second at Jones, and Tully Blanchard was on him in a look at our fan. Ooh! Dropped him head first into the canvas. Blanchard trying to put away Bret Hart. Hard elbow into that back. That popped and rang out all over our studio. Now looks like he's setting up a patented Blanchard move, and he does as he falls back and cuts that head right off under the bottom rope. Gets a warning from Tommy Young right on top of the action. Tully Blanchard now steps in. Up for a suplex, gets that little spring off the top rope, covers his man. The winner, Tully Blanchard, in fine style. Over Bret Hart, there you see Jones congratulate him. We'll see him right here, that patented move of Blanchard where he hooks the man's head under the rope, almost tears his head off. The winner of the match, Tully Blanchard. And ladies and gentlemen, right here we have with us one man who everybody knows, he's everybody's friend, Rufus R. Freight Train Jones. And from the time we get in the wrestling business, we want to be number one. We want to be world champion. But along the way, sometimes guys rub you wrong. And I know Rufus One has rubbed you wrong a little right now.
It's Ernie Ladd, Johnny. Ernie Ladd. The only thing on my mind I can talk about is Ernie Ladd. When I go to bed at night, the only thing I think about is Ernie Ladd. Let me tell you something, Ernie Ladd. I'll offer you $1,000 right here on TV if you get a ring with me. Now, Ernie, you'll take that what? Because Rufus Jones is sick and tired of hearing the name of Ernie Ladd. And from now on, Ernie Ladd, Rufus Jones gonna do anything, I mean anything possible to win a match. The $1,000 challenge still go. Call Ernie Ladd, you did me wrong. Get to you, when I get you on TV for this $1,000, I will prove to you and the people who the best. Cause no man gonna push me around. And I'll guarantee you, Ernie Ladd, this after the Super Bowl, bro, will go to work and I will knock you out with it.
Well, we know that's gonna be a very classic battle if Ernie Ladd ever gets in that ring with Rufus R. Jones. We're gonna have Another one of my main men coming in right here. The Boogie Woogie Man. He is bringing in the one and only Junkyard Dog.
I was standing on the corner when I heard my bulldog bark.
What a team, what a team, what a nasty situation. Everybody want to knock on somebody's back door. Everybody want to go in somebody's back door. But when you come in the dog's door, or boogeyman back door, you going to find us standing dead in the middle of the floor, waiting to get nasty. Nasty. It's a nasty, nasty world, and we are two nasty, nasty individuals.
You know something, Johnny? I want to run a little names around here before. Hey, dog, what do you think about Dick Slater? What do you think about the assassin? What do you think about Paul Jones?
I want to ask you something because we got something I want to know what you think about. Adrian Street and Miss Linda.
You know, I seen that. Is that it right there? What is that, a UFO? Where are they from, Mars, Neptune? You know, I never seen nothing like that. Me and the dog is here. We're gonna clean up some business. Mr. and Mrs. I said a Mr. or Mrs.
Adrian Street and Miss Linda.
Miss Linda, man, and Mr. Adrian, or is it Mr. or Linda?
I don't know what it is, it's just something.
It don't matter. It don't matter. Me and the dog and the people, we're gonna reunite and we're gonna take care of this Adrian Street. We're gonna stop it before it gets going. And Paul Jones, you're gonna get balled in it. Paul Jones, your hair's gone.
All right, that's it for this week. Goodbye. We'll see you next week.